Imagine you borrowed $3,000. You make 12 payments every month on time without fail. By the end of the year, you have sent more than $700 to the card company. You check the balance. You still owe almost exactly $3,000. Not because something went wrong, not because you missed a payment, because the minimum payment was designed to keep the balance alive, not to pay it off. You did not fall behind. You were never actually moving forward. This is Alex, early 30s. Regular job, blue shirt, nothing fancy. He is not someone who throws money around. He reads his statements. He pays his bill every month. He has a credit card balance of $3,000. It happened the way it happens for most people. A slow build of regular expenses. 1 month that ran a little tight, and then the balance just stayed. The card company sends him a statement every month. At the bottom, a number. Minimum payment due. Alex pays it. Every time he thinks, at least I am not falling behind. He does not yet know that paying the minimum is not the same as getting ahead. That the minimum payment was not designed to free him from debt. It was designed to keep him in it, comfortably, quietly, for as long as possible. Here is the math Alex was never shown. He has a $3,000 balance at 22% annual interest every month that generates about $55 in interest charges. For this example, assume his card requires 2% of the balance as the minimum payment. Your card may calculate it differently. At 2%, his minimum is $60. 60 comes in. 55 goes straight back out as interest. $5 goes toward the actual debt. After a full year of payments, $700 sent, his balance has dropped by about $60. He paid $700. The debt moved $60. That is how a low percentage-based minimum can work. Not as a path out of debt, but as a way to keep the account current, while interest keeps accumulating. Here's something that makes it worse. 1 month, a streaming subscription Alex forgot about charges $20 to the card. That month, the balance starts at $3,000. Interest adds $55. The subscription adds $20. Before he touches his wallet, he already owes $3,175. He makes his $60 minimum payment. New balance, $3,015. He made the required payment, and the balance still went up. This is why interest alone does not tell the whole story. A forgotten subscription, a copay, a small recurring charge, any new spending on a card already carrying a balance can erase the minimum payment before it does any real work. The minimum payment's job is to keep the account current. It is not a plan for paying off the debt quickly. There is a box that may already be on Alex's statement, sometimes called the minimum payment warning. It can show how long minimum-only payments would take, the estimated total cost, and a monthly payment that could clear the balance in roughly 3 years. If that box is there, it is worth reading. It will not be comfortable. But it shows the gap between what the minimum does and what getting out actually requires. Let's follow this out. $3,000 on the card. Alex keeps paying the minimum every month and never adds another charge. After 5 years, he still owes over $2,700. In the time it takes most people to pay off a personal loan, the credit card balance has barely moved. Now consider this. If he instead paid a fixed $150 a month consistently, the balance would be gone in about 2 years and 2 months. Total interest paid, roughly $770. Compare that to continuing on minimums. where the balance stretches toward decades. The difference is not small. It is the difference between a 2-year problem and something that quietly follows you for most of your adult life. Here is what the math does not show. Alex is paying. The lights are on. From the outside, everything looks fine. But that $60 a month and the balance that never falls is doing something quietly in the background. It is occupying space in his budget that cannot do anything else. It is not becoming savings. It is not becoming an emergency cushion. It is not becoming any kind of option. And every month the balance stays alive. So does the interest charge. There is a version of this that goes on for 10 years. People do not realize they have been in that version until they sit down and add up everything they have sent to the card company since the balance started. The number is usually a surprise, not a good one. The minimum is not a floor you have to stay at. It is just the least the card requires to keep the account current. A few things that actually help. Stop adding new charges when you can. Recurring subscriptions on a balance-carrying card cost money immediately. Move them or cancel the ones you do not use. Set up autopay for at least the minimum so you never miss a payment by accident. Then pick a fixed monthly amount above that. The same number every month. If your statement shows a 3-year payoff figure, that number is a useful target. If the balance feels unmanageable, call the issuer. Some have hardship programs or can discuss a lower rate. It costs nothing to ask. And if a balance transfer looks appealing, read the terms. Transfer fees exist and the promotional rate has a deadline. It can help, but only if the new balance actually gets paid down before the rate changes. No quick fix here, but any payment above the minimum is the math starting to move in your direction instead of against you. Alex is not broke. He is not irresponsible. He is not bad with money. He was handed a number every month, minimum payment due, and he paid it because that is what a responsible person does. What the minimum did not tell him is what it would actually take to get the balance to move. The minimum payment tells you what keeps the account current. It does not tell you what gets you free. Your balance can move, but first, your payment has to do more than protect the account. It has to attack the debt